I just want to kiss my fish, drink my beer, cut my dog, fuck my lawn. Welcome back, everybody. Now we wait for people to join. I walked more today at one solid clip than I have in a while, at least since I was on the road. That felt great, but my legs hurt so bad now. They're not like that bad. It's not like so bad I can't walk, but boy, do I feel the burn. And that's good though. If I can do that more regularly, if I can do like a 2-mile walk every day, that'll be an awesome upgrade to the amount of purposeful movement I'm doing in my day. Unbelievable. That's how I feel every single time I wake up and open up my phone and look at the news and see what's going on. Unbelievable. Thanks for the lucky clover. We are in day 16 of the Iran war, and Trump has already prematurely declared victory despite the fact that Iran has rejected any premise that they might be engaging in ceasefire talks, which is kind of funny. The idea of like, oh, we're done with this war. We won it. So why are they still attacking? Huh? Anyway, it's interesting to think that he's also like prematurely declaring victory while also like begging 7 or 8 countries to come help him in the Strait of Hormuz. Up late enough to catch a Phoebe stream? You made it. A war of aggression. Yep, it's a war of choice, a war of aggression. There's no reason for us to be in this Middle Eastern conflict except that we are beholden to Israel and beholden to billionaire interests. And those two are intertwined on the axis of Israel in a way that I can't even. It's hard for me to imagine or think of another country in which billionaire and capital interests, which are basically the same thing, have been wrapped up so heavily. But here we go. We found it. We found our greater evil, folks. Let me guess, you are a Democrat. No, I actually probably hate the Democrats more than you do. I think that the entire reason why we're in a Trump administration and the entire reason why we're invading Iran is because both the Democrats and the Republicans have wanted to invade Iran for decades. And if it hadn't been for the Democrats like dropping the strap in the biggest way to the least electable candidate in America's history twice now, we wouldn't be in this predicament in terms of like the Trump presidency. We would probably still be in this predicament in terms of the Iran war if if they put up a decent candidate in 2024 and they'd won the election, we'd probably still be in this Iran war conflict. But if the nature of the Democrats had been worked on since, I don't know, the 90s, maybe we'd be facing something different now. Unfortunately, both of our parties are bought and paid for bourgeois parties that have the interests of their billionaire donors and the Israelis at heart, and not our interests. What's the difference between a Democrat and a Republican? Oh, that one's easy. A Republican wears a red tie and a Democrat wears a blue tie. Did I get it? Oh, other big difference. The Democrats will smile when they throw you into the gas chamber. That's the other big one. The Republicans give you dirty looks while they're leading you into the gas chambers. The Democrats give you like a nice, polite smile. Have you worn wigs? No. Will I wear wigs? I don't know. When will you wear wigs? That's a good that's a classic video. That's a classic. I love the fact that Frodo can't even take it serious. He knows it's supposed to be a Joker interview, but he cannot handle the fact that he knows it's supposed to be comedy and the fact that the dude delivering the interview is so good at a deadpan. It cannot. Elijah Wood just cannot get through that moment without laughing his ass off, and I just find that so cheerful and human. You sound unstable. Are you okay? I think you really need to touch grass a little bit more if some random trans lady ranting online about Elijah Wood and that one funny meme video sounds unstable to you. I feel like you are really operating under a premise of very little exposure to the outside world. Why are you trying to be a woman? I'm not trying to be a woman. I've been living as a woman for the last 6 years. What do you mean? Seems like a kind of silly question. You can just like kind of look, you know? Make sure you guys hit that like button, by the way. Every single time you hit that like button, there's a chance to stream out to even more people, which increases the quality of your viewing pleasure by increasing the number of people engaged in the chat. So please do so now if you haven't done so already. Also, we are only $130 away from getting a couple of call-in shows, one tomorrow, one on next day after that, Tuesday. So $130 more in donations by the end of this stream, and you guys can get yourself some cool-ass content. Are you pro-life or pro-choice? Pro-choice, like any rational thinking human being should be. Be true to yourself. Reject foreign suggestion. That's actually a really good piece of advice. If you're a trans person, don't listen to all the weirdos that are outside of your body telling you how you should or should not live. Listen to yourself and the internal clock that tells you what you are. I actually like that advice. The so-called, oh man, the dirty Christians in chat are the most common archetype in this particular chat. In this particular chat, you can almost find nothing more reliably than you can find a hypocritical ass dirty Christian that doesn't believe in the book of their Savior, that doesn't believe in the word of their Lord, that doesn't believe in his edicts or actions, but they want to beat you over the head with the verses that condemn your lifestyle. All right. I've changed it to subs only mode, so hopefully that'll like filter out most of the spammers. I've got no problem with you saying you're a big Trump supporter in here, but I do have a problem with you spamming about it. Looking great today. Aww. Look at that. Free-floating positivity. You guys act like there's nothing but vitriol available in here, but look at that. There's always somebody trying to be nice. Just sub, then unsub? Like you ever do that. Come on now. You just hit that little button and you're going to be in here for the duration of this stream. I've got you. I've essentially got you on a leash, and you put the collar on yourself and fastened it with your own hands. Welcome to my stream. I hope you enjoy yourself and find yourself a little niche in the corner. You're cooler than most streamers? That's because I'm an actual human still. Just wait, I'm sure once I get up to 500,000 subs like Vosh's ass, I will also be an unfamiliar alien with no human principles. Losers in the comments with no lives. That one wasn't even for me. That's just somebody in the chat telling those of you who have nothing but hatred and vitriol in this stream that otherwise could be pretty interesting to fuck off. I love that. I love that. I love to see it. You love to see it. What are your favorite hobbies? I like music quite a bit. I play a lot of music, even on these streams sometimes. I consider streaming like a kind of hobby, even though I make money with it, because it's still really fun and I enjoy it. I like playing some video games every so often, but I don't do it nearly as much as I used to, so I don't know if I can still claim it as a hobby. And currently, my biggest hobby has been gardening. I go through phases with other kinds of hobbies. Like, usually during winter, I'll get into baking because it being really cold outside is a great excuse to use the oven anyway. It thinks it's a woman. You have to be so terminally online and retarded to think that it's at all remotely appropriate to call a human being that doesn't want to be called it. And despite that constant dehumanization, we continue to exist. We continue to do stuff online. We continue to make our arguments. Like, the strategy doesn't seem to be working very well on you guys' end. You might want to try a different tact. Just saying. Shut up, it. Well, thanks for the $2, whiny bitch. Ooh, I got $2 of a hater's money. Spends just as green at the fucking liquor store as anything else does. Speaking of money, though, that means we're only $128 away from the 2 call-in stream goal. That will be done tomorrow and Tuesday if you guys donate $128 more by the end of the stream. You've probably got like 2 hours left to make that, so you got time. You smoking tobacco or weed? Yes. Do you like Owl City? I don't dislike Owl City. How does one get this physique? You eat a lot of mashed potatoes and brown gravy. Hello, do you have any pets? Wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy? I have exactly one pet. It's a rabid black panther. It's a rabid Florida panther named H.R. Geiger, and I allow it to roam loose on my property looking for trespassers. And that's my favorite pet and the only one I currently have, on account of Geiger eating all the other ones. I'm honestly surprised the rabies hasn't taken him yet. I guess he's just particularly resilient to it. I love your humor. Stick around, there's more of it to come. If you do, how can you tell it's a boy or a girl? When it comes to gender terms that we apply to our pets, just like gender terms we apply to human beings, they're largely assumptions. And when you're not dealing with a conscious animal, or when you're dealing with something whose consciousness is, at least as far as we can tell, locked behind layers of expression that we can't currently understand, it does no harm to that pet to call it a boy, a girl, both. It really doesn't matter. Your pet does not have the same conceptions of gender that human beings do. How dare you assume his gender? I'm sure this really pisses off some of the libs you argue with on Twitter, but for me, I just look at stuff like that and I'm like, I guess they don't have a good argument to explain why it's okay for like them to misgender like human trans people. I guess they just don't have much of an argument for it. You know, can't win everybody, can't convince everybody, can't expect reasonability from every motherfucker you walk by on the street, right? Are you a boy or a girl? A girl. Duh. I don't know a whole lot of dudes that wear like lacy tops. Put the skewer down? Never! Never. I'll put the skewer down when my fucking wand arrives in the mail. How about that, Desi? How about that? I was telling Stream this way earlier, but I went on a really long walk today, and I feel horrible, but I also feel great. I feel invigorated, and like it was a really good calorie expenditure. It was awesome in terms of weight loss and getting myself accustomed to longer walks, but it was horrible in terms of the amount of fucking thigh pain I'm dealing with now. But during that walk, I found an amazing piece of downed wood from this ice storm that happened recently that I think I can make into a really nice shillelagh. And I'm going to try and get back up to where I found it with a saw and cut myself off a nice little walking stick-sized portion if I can get permission from the landowners. What gender were you born as? I mean, like, you're not really, like, I guess you are assigned a gender pretty quickly after birth, but you're not born with a gender. You're born with a sex, and your gender is assumed on the basis of that sex, and most of the time it's correct. In my case, I was born assigned male at birth. Oh, wait, I can smoke this on stream. It doesn't matter. It's just tobacco. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button. It helps the stream. It helps my channel. And it's so fucking easy to do. And think about it this way. If half of you guys just double tap your screen or hit that like button right now, that would be, what's half of 167? That's like 80. That'd be 84 fucking likes all at once. Something like that. I'm not that great at math. Genders are assigned by the sex you were born. Genders are, yeah, I guess that's like not technically incorrect, but I feel like like merely because your gender is assigned at birth doesn't mean you can't later transition into a different gender. Like, this is the basis upon which the trans experience exists, you know? And this is something that you can read up about. It's not exactly like forbidden information. Can we stop talking about gender? Who cares? Doesn't affect anyone else. Shut the fuck up. I'm the one responding to the chat. I don't know if you're mad at me or mad at the chat or what, but I respond to the chats that happen. If the chats that happen are stupid and gender-related, we have a stupid gender-related conversation all night, and we end up with 20 viewers sitting around circle jerking about how great America used to be in 2016. Okay? King Bugs with the $20 getting us all the way down to... You guys are in the final stretch. I mean, you guys are literally almost 2/3 of the way there. $108 more, and you guys can unlock 2 call-in streams. That'll be tomorrow and the next day. One of them will be in an earlier time slot, and one of them will be in a later time. So everybody that likes my channel has a chance to get access to a call-in show. Hell yeah, King Bugs! Do you sell shade for a living? I do indeed. I sit on here and talk shade at the fucking chat all night long. I toss shade at people for a living. Manly ass voice, you say as I sit here talking like your grandmother? Just cursing more often? Maybe. I don't know. I've known a lot of grandmothers in my day, and some of them were quite potty-mouthed. Because you don't got a job? Maybe that would be true of your normal average internet creator that's sitting around with like 20 viewers and making like $30 a month, but I make enough to pay my bills, so I consider that employment. If you don't, that sounds like a personal problem, bro. Do you like football? Not particularly. Unemployment is crazy? I wouldn't know. Who's your favorite actor? Matt Damon. What do you think about the U.S. bombing Iran's main oil export? Finally, a question we can really dig our teeth into. Well, I think it was a pretty predictable step in the Iran conflict, but it's going to have wide-ranging implications, not least of which is the loosening of Russian of sanctions against Russian oil, which is ironically going to help to prolong the war conflict by providing a much-needed cash flow to Russia, which will not only help them continue the war conflict in Iran, because they are, after all, allies, but it will also continue Russia's campaign against Ukraine, which everybody has just kind of like forgotten about. But there's like an active stalemate in Ukraine where the Russians and the Ukrainians are still fighting each other over the same fucking piece of territory. And this will allow renewed interest in their on their Western Front. Um, it's really hilarious to me that this was not thought about or predicted or hedged against before all this shit was started, but it just goes to show you how long we've wanted to do this and how like we've wanted to do this for so long that we have not even set up the proper infrastructure for it, because we've made moves to kind of set up the infrastructure for it this whole time. And I feel like there's been this general kind of intuition amongst big high-powered government types. Oh, we can just invade Iran whenever we want. I mean, we just really need an executive who's willing to let us, hit that button and go that next step. We can fucking take out Iran. We can do regime change in Iran. We just need to wait for the right moment. And I don't think that they actually thought it through enough to realize that this is not the actual state of things. American hegemony right now, American military hegemony right now is being proven wrong. Right now, the United States is having to move assets from all over the world to the Middle East in order to support the conflict there. But if you've listened to American propaganda over the last 20 years, you've been hearing the same thing I've been hearing, which is this notion that America is an unstoppable military force. And the reason why we can't afford universal health care is because we spend so goddamn much on our military that nobody can stop us and nobody can slow us down and we can do whatever we want. But the fact that it took us 2 weeks just to fucking fuck with Karg Island, and the fact that we still have not presently invaded it and established like a beachhead there or established a forward operating base there or anything, I think it says to me that we're not nearly as ready for this conflict. We were not nearly as prepared, and there was not nearly as much buildup. And I mean, that's just kind of obvious by the lack of news coverage about any buildup and the fucking lead up to this shit. But I think it's an unnecessary escalation and an unnecessary war of aggression that the United States is only in because we're so cucked to Israel that we can't even see our own belly button anymore. Do you agree with abortion? Genuine question I want to debate with you. I like when you say, do I agree with abortion? Like, I agree that women should have the right to access abortion, sure. That anyone that gets pregnant should be able to access abortion. Now, usually, obviously, that's going to be a woman, but every so often, a trans man needs to get an abortion. So I think that people in general should have access to that care. Abortion or been with someone who had to go through one, you know that it is an awful, horrible procedure that makes you feel like shit for days afterwards, that hurts when you're going through it, and that leaves you with this constant wonder of what might have been. And it's not something anyone would ever want to do willingly multiple times. Trust me, one fuck up that leads to an abortion is enough to tell someone, okay, next time I'll use plan B or protection or something. Do you believe it's okay? Yeah. Yeah, okay. I mean, it's like I said, a very painful procedure that I think we really need to make less invasive and more simple. And it's not like pleasant to think about, but is it okay in terms of like, it's certainly a way lesser evil to allow people to get the care that they need in the form of abortions than it ever would be to step between a person and their doctor when it comes to a decision like that. How's Optimus Prime doing these days? I don't know. Why don't you ask him? Condoms are cheap, which is exactly why someone would never use an abortion as birth control, because you know what? It's not cheap? Abortions. Love your wall banner. Thank you. It is a nice little piece, isn't it? Isn't it nice? Yep, exactly. I've never had one, but I know many who have. But it's okay, but it's awful to experience. Yeah, it's a horrible thing to experience. It's a horrible thing to witness someone going through. Not even necessarily because there's some like morality that's being infringed at the base of it. I don't think there is. I think that until a person is born, until a person draws their first breath outside the womb, the first and primary concern should be the person carrying the baby. That's how I feel. Now, maybe you dehumanize and devalue women and see them only as breeding horses, but I like to think of women as being complex human beings with, thoughts and lives, dreams and desires, stuff like that. But hey, if you look at all American women as broodmares, I guess I can't change your mind. But I can shame you for your stupid and uneducated opinion. Birth control and condoms aren't 100%. There's a chance of pregnancy still. Shit happens, which is just another reason why people need to have abundant access to abortion care. Across the board, it needs to be federally protected, and I would love to see a universal healthcare system that covers abortions. Pass that over here. I can't show it on screen. You trying to get me age gated? Come on now. I've learned better. In my mission to better my channel and increase my retention, I'm actually trying to not do things that'll upset YouTube's weird back-end bullshit. By the way, can you guys please hit that like button? I would love to see us get up to 50 fucking likes. I tell you what, if you guys get us up to 50 likes, I will shave another $8 off our goal, and then we'll only be $100 away from getting a call-in show on Monday and another one on Tuesday. So get us up to 50 likes if you want to see that shit. You want to debate with me? You want to call in live to the show and hash it out? Monday and Tuesday is your perfect opportunity, but you got to get us up to 50 likes, and after that, $100 more. Just saying. Just saying. Damn. I don't know what King Bugs does for a living, but they fucking dropping the donos today. Holy shit, y'all. Look at that. Well, now that means we're only $88 away, if my math's not wrong, yeah. And once again, if you guys get us up to 50 likes, I'll shave another $8 off that goal. We're only fucking $88 away. Unless you guys get us up to 50 likes, and we fucking. Who's the best president in your opinion? I think that that's just borne out by the results of our democracy. There's only been one president in history that's ever been elected to more than 2 terms, and that was Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Now, people would say, oh, well, you couldn't, you can't say that because they didn't let you run for more than 2 terms after that. Well, we had about 150 years of history before FDR came around, and then he came around and he so roundly won the support of his people that he was able to be elected for 4 terms and brought them out of the Great Depression and into the era of American prosperity that has built the modern world. I'm not kidding. I'm not exaggerating. That's not bullshit. Franklin Delano Roosevelt is unequivocally and objectively the best president the United States ever had. And that's despite the fact that he interned Japanese people illegally. Dude, if Trump was doing all this mass deportation shit, but he was also achieving universal health care and completely rehabilitating America's roads and completely, it wouldn't undo the evil that is mass deportation, but damn would it be harder than Trump is. Wouldn't it be nice if we had tags for president again? Richard Nixon was a horrible, lying, sociopathic, fucking evil monster that conspired with Henry Kissinger to keep the Vietnam War going on longer so that he could get elected. And despite that, Nixon also founded the EPA. He started the program that would eventually become food stamps and SNAP. He founded the FDA. Richard Nixon was transformative in terms of American politics, but he was also a shitbag. And this is how American presidents used to work. Bill Clinton womanizer, kind of shaky morally, if there was anything up there at all. Definitely didn't take firm stances on social issues, but he was a deficit hawk that was able to get the American budget back into balance after years and years of being out of whack. There are like so many fucking things you can point at, and it just doesn't exist anymore. It doesn't happen. As near as I can tell, we do not have mixed bags for president anymore. Like, when it comes to Trump, like, what are the good things you can point out that he's done? Like, the lasting good things, the transformative things that he's done. The only thing I can think of is trying to, like, reschedule marijuana, like, trying to pressure, which, by the way, that happened during Joe Biden's term. It just hasn't been done yet because there's different organizations within the federal government who've been resisting it. And I think that if it ends up happening on his watch, it will end up being the most transformative thing Donald Trump did with his presidency as far as positive things. But all the transformative things that he did that or normalized or helped to do are fucking so horrible that you almost don't want to give him credit for those. Look at that. We got another $20. We could keep this dono train up going, by the way. We could keep this going up. We could keep this going. Up at midnight playing space spreadsheets with strep throat. Oh, that's horrible. I'm so sorry, my friend. I hope you feel better. Let's get all those call-in shows. Yes, let's get those. Now we are only $68 away, and if you guys get 19 more likes on this live stream, I will shave that down to a mere $60. So hit that like button. Oh, I'm so sorry. Fake sympathy. Oh my God. Has nobody ever patted you on your head and been like, man, that sucks? I'm sorry that your mama didn't treat you right, but here on this stream, we value humanity and we treat our friends with kindness and compassion. Dude, Iceman is the kind of motherfucker that only loves his mom when she gives him $20 for doing the dishes or something. I can see right into this motherfucker's life. They live a deeply embittered life where no one ever loves them except when there's a monetary exchange involved. And they get so pissed off seeing me get love while receiving money when they have to fucking give love to receive money or have to, like, it's just such a weird dichotomy here. And it's so strange that you're allowing your psychology, your rabidly unchained id, to operate like this. The burping comes across quite manly. It's funny because you say that, but pretty much every other woman I've ever met, cisgender, transgender, didn't matter, that had gastro issues, pretty much had that same kind of thing going. Sorry, women have to burp sometimes. I know that it makes you uncomfortable, but that's not like my problem. That's once again a problem of your raising, not my existence. College degenerate shit. I've never went to college, but the fact that you would use the word degenerate so loosely tells me a lot about your ideology. Tell me, did the Jews burn your steak? Are the Jews the reason why your house caught fire? Yeah, I saw the word. Yeah, I saw the dog whistle. Yeah, I saw it, Iceman. Are the Jews the reason why the limb fell down on your car windshield and broke it in pieces? You sure you don't blame the Jews, Iceman? You really sure you don't blame the Jews? Are you really sure that you don't think that transgenderism is Jewish science? I can read you like a book, dumb motherfucker. Ain't nobody in the 21st century saying degenerate except Nazis. Transwood took offense with, but not being a turd. What? Huh? Clipping that? Good. Make me go viral, please. clip chimping little bitch. You think I give a shit? Everyone here is laughing at me? Interesting, because there's 98 people watching, and we've got two $20 donations scrolling across the bottom, and I can read multiple positive comments right now. Iceman, get out of here. Thanks for the donation, buddy. Yeah, see, look at that. We'll laugh it up. It's a comedy live stream, isn't it? Do you own guns? None of your cocksucking business. We're all making fun of you. We're laughing at you, not with you. So we got Iceman comment. Then immediate above that, do you own guns? Not making fun of me. You're idiots, lol, which is making fun of you guys. I like your shirt, which is a positive comment about my shirt. You look like you're laughing, which is completely indiscernible as to tone or timbre or intention. Smoking more weed, which isn't even you being like a shitbag. Of course, you don't the difference. You're too stupid to even look at what you're typing out in my chat. You are literally so excited to have an audience with a live streamer who gets some views that you are fucking like tantalizing over your keyboard. You're dropping it. You're like, fucking goddamn it, motherfucker. Oh, no, I gotta get this comment out. Oh, I gotta type it. Fuck, you don't know fucking talking about enter. God, oh, this fucking trans girl online is pissing me off so much. Oh. You're literally an unhinged moron in my live stream chat, spiking your own cortisol levels for no reason, looking like a chimp doing it. Mean reply to the gun question. I'm sorry. I guess questions like that come off weird when you do live streams for a living. It's just like, okay, I would have preferred the question, do you agree with people owning guns? In which case, my answer would have been an unequivocal yes. But as far as whether I own guns, that's between me and God. Poor Iceman, no one loves him. It's evident that no one loves him in the way he's conducting himself online. People with well-adjusted home lives don't act like this in the presence of strangers, online or off. Wow, I sense some serious mental issues here. No thanks. After hitting the watch live stream button, and after hitting the subscribe button, and after hitting enter, after typing their comment. Sure, buddy. You're so done. I believe it. I believe you. I have a good life, so many assumptions. They're assumptions based on truths. Like I said, nobody with a well-adjusted home life and a life that they're satisfied with and feel represented in feels the need to behave this way in front of strangers. What's your gender? I'm a woman. I am a binary trans woman. Although I do have lots of respect for non-binary people. I feel pretty confident in, like, binary womanhood. I think your stream got age-gated. The super chat option is gone. No! Hold on. Refresh the stream and make sure. Refresh the stream and make sure. We'll see. Oh, look at that. Desi sent money towards the goal, so now we're only... Oh, shit. Yep. Age restriction set. Yep. Sure enough. Sure enough. Damn. Sure enough. That's fucked. That's fucked. It's either YouTube's AI or report flooding. Either way, shitbag. It does have the maybe inappropriate message, but I still see the super chat button. I guess somebody's just going to have to send in a super chat. Either way, we do have a Cash App donation, which brings the goal down to now $56, Once again, if you guys get us up to 50 likes on this live stream, I will consider worth $8 towards the goal. I can't? Okay. Well, here's what we're going to do. We are going to restart the live stream and try again, because that is fucking stupid. And I don't feel like waiting around for 20 minutes for them to unage gate us. So we're just going to start a new stream. Come find me on that one in just a minute.